I got to tell you, I got to come back to that Joe Pesci story.
Oh yeah.
Sometime in the 90s, he was doing a film up in Boston about college, like a bum going back to college. I can't remember the name.
With honors.
Back to school?
Yeah, not back to school.
With honors.
With honors, Paulie said. With honors.
Oh, okay.
Well, at that time, he was going down to the Victoria.
Okay.
You know, he was coming down for coffee. He was coming to the neighborhood. And I used to sit on the left-hand side of the Victoria. He made it like nice and non-smoking section, but I smoked. You know,
Right.
we used to go sit in there. Our table was in the back. So I go in one night with some people. I got to go in the back, sit in the back, because Joe Pesci's in there with the owner, Jerry, and another guy.
Right.
Yeah, my balls are twisted because I think who I am, you know. So I go outside. Paulie's laughing over here. So I go out. It was at nighttime. I go outside. Joe Pesci walks out. He's smoking a cigar. And one of my guys were walking across the street. I told him to come over. I gave Pesci a look like I wanted to kill him. He just looked up at me. I never forget. He had the beard on with the cigar, just staring at me.
Oh,
I wouldn't say hi to him. I walk away. Meanwhile, he's one of my favorite actors.
Man.
I love Joe Pesci.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you why. What he did at Casino was great.
You know, he's never played a bad part.
No, the guy's great.
Yeah.
Imagine how I was.
Yeah. Oh,
Imagine the guy that arrogant enough not to talk to this guy.
yeah.
It's just a funny story.
It is. You'll get another chance. But hey, how great was he and my cousin Vinny?
Oh, forget about it.
You right?
Movie. I loved
What
him.
a character. He wasn't a gangster in that one. He was anything but.
Yeah.
And he was great. That's one of his classics.
I'll tell you, the guy's really great.
That's what I would tell him. If I was talking to him about his greatest parts, that would be in the top two.
Yeah.
Because that was off the charts. And when I met De Niro, we were talking, and he asked me, you know, like in conversation, talking about all his movies, and he asked me which ones I like the best. And I told him, I mean, with all the movies he's done, because I'm going to tell you the reason first. He became, to me, interchangeable in a lot of his parts. Like when he played Goodfellas and Casino, he was almost, you know, not that he wasn't great, but he was just still playing that same guy. You know, I went outside the box because I said I remember him in Deer Hunter.
Great movie.
And Cape Fear.
Cape Fear, great movie.
Okay. He was.
I also like Raging Bull, though.
Raging Bull was great. Yes, we talked about that. Absolutely out of character. And there was one more where he's a little out of character also. That was really good. But even Once Upon a Time in America is a great movie too.
Yeah, that was good.
But I said, and he told me a story about Cape Fear. For that movie, he paid his dentist $5,000 to ruin his teeth.
Are you serious?
Because he was going to be. I'm playing a guy that's been in jail 17 years. I can't come out with good teeth.
That's right. He's right.
So then he laughed. He says, now after the movie, I paid him $20 to fix them.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a cute story, but it's true. Because if you remember in Raging Bull, he put on all that weight.
I'll tell you, it was amazing.
And then he loses it, and he's got a six-pack when he's in the ring. So you got to give the guy – I mean, he's phenomenal. I can't – even though I may not agree with him in lots of things going on in the world, but he is what he is on stage. He's cinematic royalty. Him, Scorsese, Pileggi, these guys walk into a room. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't say The Godfather, as great as he was, Goodfellas, Casino, but I sort of went a little out of the circle. But I really believe that in my heart. I says, to be a gangster, a sophisticated gangster in one movie, and then turn around and be a nut like in Cape Fear.
Yeah.
You know.
Cape Fear, that was a great – McNulty was in that with
yeah. And they had a bunch of the old people from the original were in it too. The original Cape Fear, yeah.
I mean, that was a great movie.
Yeah. I got to watch it.
I go back to Raging Bull. That's probably my favorite out of all.
Pesci's in that too.
Yeah.
Pesci's in that. He plays his kid brother, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he gives him a beating, remember?
Yeah,
that was
I do remember.
great movie.
A friend of mine wrote, I'm not going to get too into it now because I'll do the whole script. We'll be here for an hour. But he did a comedic or comedy sketch on the Raging Bull, and he called it the Ridiculous Bull. And what's his name? Andrew Dice Clay did it on Saturday Night Live.
Really?
Yeah, and you can look it up. Look it up on YouTube later. It's called Ridiculous Bull, and I'm going to look it up too. It's hysterical. I got to watch it again because I tell people about this, and I haven't seen it in a while. But I saw the original that my buddy did. It was his skit, and he sold it to Andrew Dice Clay, which is another story because he didn't pay him and he didn't give him credit for it. We called him to the club. He came the next day. He got his money, the kid, but he took his script. He wasn't going to pay him for it. Anyway, it's him and Joe Pesci where De Niro's telling him, Jake LaMotta is saying this to his brother. He says, Joey, hit me, Joey, knock me out. Try to knock me out. I don't go down for nobody. He goes through this whole thing. Then he tells him, pick up the bat, pick up the chair, pick up the thing. And it's ridiculous. But
Right.
it's hysterical. You got to see.
Watch that because
yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay, he was big at one time. I really liked him.
He was from our neighborhood. Yeah, I met him a few times. He wasn't a bad guy. He was a little shy, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't the crazy guy. And a lot of them are like that. You know, De Niro's very shy and humble. Except
I'm sure they are.
Except he's cursing the ex-president.
I'll tell you, the guys who are around, the experiences. You know, I love growing up in Boston, and I would never change that. You know, but I'll tell you, I really wish that I was in New York there for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what my attitude, if I would have made it there, Larry, like you did.
You would have, because, you know, if you got the right head, and again, you know, you're groomed. Somebody brought you up. Somebody brought you in and taught you the ways. I don't know if it was a father or an uncle, you know, because I could see just the way you're carrying yourself. So you would have blended in. And you know what? You were close enough. You know, you've been to New York. You got all the best teams now anyway. You keep beating the Red Sox. They beat the Yankees every year. The Patriots, except this year. What did you think of that? Tom Brady going over there and winning again.
You know something? God bless him. And a lot of Boston guys are going to be mad that I said that, but look what he did for us all those years. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
God bless him. That was great what he did.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
You know?
I wrote an article about him. I do this like a little blog on Facebook. I call it My 2 Cents.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. You go on Facebook at all?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, we got to hook up. I don't know if we are or we're not. We probably are now. But anyway, I did one on him after he won in Tampa. And I said, you know, the guy is not fast. He doesn't have the strongest arm, you know, compared to Elway and guys like that.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He couldn't run like those guys do today, like Russell Wilson and you know, Aaron Rodgers even. But he's got something. Everybody on the team plays extra hard for him. He doesn't make the critical mistakes. He's a leader. And he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time, whether you like him or not, you know. And I don't dislike him, but I had it, you know, and I lost money on him. I lost money betting against him a lot.
I lost a lot of money with the Pats. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah. No, especially you were on the wrong side of the fence at the time.
You know, you made a statement. You're right about it. It's about leadership.
Yeah.
This is in every facet of life.
Right.
From the street to the presidency.
That's right.
You know, if you're charismatic, you can lead the guys in the right way. They're going to follow you. They're going to do more for you.
Right.
I really believe that.
Yeah. Well,
and Brady's the type of kid. He's got that charisma about him.
Yep.
He's got talent. And I don't know. They just love him.
And he's got the rest of the team giving up parts of their salary to keep the team together, and they can get stronger.
Right.
You know, if he's making $25 million, there's other guys, quarterbacks making more than that, and they didn't win anything yet. You know, he needs more. He'd rather keep winning. He wants to win, you know. And listen, God bless him.
Yeah.
I think the teams. I don't know how the Bruins are doing now.
I don't know. I haven't been far. I got to be honest with you.
The Celtics rule.
When I got picked up, I was gambling on everything. Forget about it. You know, but when I got picked up in '99, it like just stopped everything for me.
Yeah.
You know, I would be the type of guy, 1,000 flat bet, 500 A&R on every game. I don't know why I like these A&Rs, but I used to chase them.
They're value. There's value there. Years ago, I got to just tell you, and please not to interrupt. Years ago, Vegas wouldn't take that bet.
Really?
They wouldn't take a reverse. They didn't even know what it was, and then they wouldn't take it when they found out. That started out in the East Coast.
Because that was big up here.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah. You could play them offshore now. They got
it. I can't tell you how much money they made me.
The 49ers?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe Montana. Yeah, Ray,
Young,
Ray,
yeah,
Young and Rice. Forgot
yep.
about it.
No.
That was my key. I keyed them with everything.
Yeah, yeah. Every 5-6 years, there's that certain team. Now, Patriots did it for like 15 years.
Yeah, they're doing it a long time.
But the 49ers or the Steelers had their run. There's a lot of teams that were Oakland Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But the only team that was his nemesis was the Giants. In 2 Super Bowls, they beat him, even when they were undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
And that year that they beat him when they were 17-0 or 18-0, whatever it was, boy, oof, what a game. But anyway.
It was sad in the 90s because I used to go to the Super Bowl. I used to go. We went to New Orleans. I think the Pats played the Chiefs that year.
I remember.
Green Bay. So I'm with all Boston guys, and I call my office. What do we need? We need the cheese. We need the cheese. And I'm over there rooting against the Pats, and they're looking at me, what are you doing? I said that this could be 20, 40, 60,000 here right now. What do I give a shit about them? You know what I mean? If the Pats won, I would have got sick. I would have got killed if they covered the spread or anything.
Let me ask you, there's a guy down here that's from your area. I'm not going to say his full name, but you may know. Tommy P. And he's into cars, used cars. You very maybe I'll when we're offline I'll talk more about him. But he's down here. You guys sound alike. You're so much. I feel like I'm sitting here talking to him.
Well, the Boston way.
Yeah, it's like New York. Everybody got their own little thing. You guys, you have yours. We have ours.
Yeah. It's funny. Everywhere I go, Larry, they think I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah. And sometimes I get Boston or Long Island,
well, because if they never been up to Boston or heard the accent enough, they think it's Brooklyn, it's New York. You know,
I could tell. Yeah, we could tell the difference. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We never lose it. So we're not to give me your address, obviously, but you're still up in the area.
Oh, I'm in Boston. I live in Revere.
Oh, okay. So good for you. You're still
right outside East Boston. It's right next door to it.
Yeah.
So I'm still in Boston.
Nice.
I came back 2017. I came up for Christmas from Tennessee, and then I'm going to work in Florida on Powerline Road for Johnson Environmental. I was an estimator manager for their company. Then I came back in 18, and I was been selling cars till the covert.
There you go. Same thing, just like Tommy.
Yeah. I probably know Tommy. He probably knows who I am.
I'm going to ask him about you. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And if you guys are, close and friends from the old days, it'll be funny.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised.
No, me either. I tell you, Boston's a small town.
Yeah. It is. And that's, the old days, it's just a small circle, too. Everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
Remember Nicky Bianco?
Yeah.
He come from our family, the Colombo family.
Mm-hmm.
Came up by you guys. He was number 2 for a while. Yeah, so.
Well, I'll tell you, listen, it's like anything else. You're coming in from New York, Boston, Massachusetts. I say it all the time. I mean, there's nothing compared to New York and the families over there. Well, but nobody realized how powerful Raymond was.
Yeah.
In his influence.
Absolutely.
With the commission and everything.
Yeah.
The family was very strong at one time.
And the best one, Greg always told me, there'll never be anything like Chicago. He says, family, and if you even know a wise guy, you get respect. He says, the problem with New York is too widespread. 5 families, too many beefs, everybody knows somebody.
Yeah.
So he says if he could have done it his way, 1 family, even New York. But that's tough. A lot of egos.
There really would have been wars up there with one.
You're not kidding. So
that would have been crazy up there. Yeah. Luciano did the best thing in New York, I think.
Yeah.
At that time.
Back then, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, he's the one that set it all up, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, yeah. I got to get more into the history of it because sometimes I come on different shows or I get asked questions about different people, and I got to remind them. I says, my life was from 78-ish to 91. Very smart. And then I was in jail for the next 10 years. I said, so I don't know guys from the 50s and 60s. How could you not know them? I mean, I heard of them, but what do you want me to talk about them? Like,
Well, that was the same thing with me. The only lucky thing with me, because my father was in the life,
Right.
you know, and he wasn't a May guy, but he was an associate
Right.
in muscle for them and everything, you know. And I grew up with the old timers. I sat with them, I listened to them, I watched them. They taught me some things.
Right.
You know, I was lucky to have that. Guys in the next generation, they didn't have that.
Right.
You know, and you know, when I became a boss, I was a little more flashy than they were. I put myself out there a little more than they did.
Yeah.
You know,
Raymond,
don't get me wrong, I was a capo de gene from the Philadelphia family, but in Boston, I was a boss because I was 300 miles away.
right.
And my crew up there, you know.
Mhm.
And yeah, maybe it was a little more flashy than I should have been.
Yeah.
And I was taught. But listen, you know how we thought. Am I going to make it? If I make it a 40, it's probably going to be life in prison. If I don't get killed by 40, it's going to be life in prison. That's how we thought, Paul.
Yeah.
You know, I would drive conservative cars and everything. And then one year I just flipped out.
Yeah.
Town cars, the Continentals, buying houses. And hey, listen, let me enjoy this while I can. And, you know, I was kind of right.
And the red flags go up. But yeah, but again, you do it. That's part, you know.
I did it, you know, like everybody else did.
So,
You know, I'll tell you, this has been a great hour, Bo.
let me tell you something. The time flew. I got to be somewhere in a little back at my gym. I told you I own a gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a class at about 6 o'clock, so it'll take me about 15 minutes to get back there. But yeah, listen, let's do it again. It sounds like we got things to talk about. You know, I appreciate it. Love coming on. And I'm gonna I don't know, I guess you mentioned my book, but I'm gonna tell them where they can get it if they like the people.
Yeah, please.
It's www.larrymazza-thelife.com.
Okay.
That's where you can get a sign. I sign every book. Every one I spend my morning signing books.
Wow.
Because I appreciate it. It's the least you could do. People have been so supportive and genuine, you know. So I sign a book. I put a nice little something in there for them. And, you know, it's also on Amazon, but that's just the Kindle version.
That's what I found because I went looking for it. I found it. Kindle.
Yeah. But you don't get all the pictures. And I got a lot of nice pictures. I got, you know, like Armand is in there, and De Niro, Pileggi, all the Irishman stuff. And Pete Rose is another one I met. You know, so, but yeah, so if anybody would like the book, that's the best place to get it because I did it all myself. I published it myself, wrote it myself. And I'm hoping when and if it hits TV, I could revisit with some of the big publishers and have them take it over. I don't want to give up.
They probably will at that point.
Yeah, at that point. Yeah, I don't want to give up the rights early for a trivial amount. So hopefully, De Niro said I did the right thing. He was very smart. So let's hope he's right.
Well, I think it is. I self-published a Christian book, and I'm in control of it.
Good.
I'm in control of the destiny of the book in your life now because of that.
Right.
You had sold it or published it. I don't care if they gave you 100,000.
Right.
You would have lost a lot of that.
Yeah.
So what you did was right. Yeah. And thank God this is coming to you now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, stay in touch, please.
I will, my friend.
Paulie, thank you. Paul.
Paulie, come and say goodbye. Paulie.
Come and say goodbye.
Yeah, say goodbye to Larry.
Bye, Larry.
Thank you. Good seeing you. And we'll see you again soon. All right.
No,
and let me know when this. Let me know when you piece it together or you edit it, and I'll put it out there to my people too.
All right. All right. Great.
All right. You have a great night.
You too. God bless, brother.
God bless you.